Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first round for the defense of the Australians Dota 2 tournament. I'm Xalorith, and I'm joined here with Dota Yoshi. How are you, Dota Yoshi?
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
I am fantastic. Sorry about that. My mic just was being a little iffy on me just then. How are you?
No worries. I'm doing quite well. Sorry about the delay there, guys. Just had a bit of issues there with one of the guys from Super Happy Fun Time. I'll introduce the teams. We've got Radioactive Penguins playing on the Radiant side, and of course Super Happy Fun Team playing on the Dire side. We already see some fairly common bans so far with the Lifesteal and the Batrider. We also see that Jakiro ban, who's a little bit unusual. He's
10 seconds remaining.
quite common as a support, but you generally don't see him as a first ban.
You usually see them in the second phase of banning after you see what their opening heroes are set up. If they pick up someone such as a Shadow Demon or other heroes that can line up with that single target stun for that Jakiro, usually then you see him banned out, but it is a little strange seeing him taken out. But it seems like they'll probably take out the Shadow Demon following up because they don't really want to play into that style of supports.
Yeah, I'm quite interested to see. It's actually going to be a Darkseer, interesting. So they've banned out that fairly common offlane hero, and Radioactive Penguins, they've got quite a few options to choose from here. They can pick up that IO, who usually gets banned out first, obviously a Train Protector instead, who is played usually very defensively, can help keep your team up all around the map, ensure that your entire lineup is just a little bit more survivable.
And I wouldn't be too surprised if Radioactive Pain want to pick up a Weaver down with that Train Protector. These days it's very common if you see a Train Protector or a Weaver, you usually see the counter pick of, or the follow-up pick of a Train or a Weaver to go with it, because those two work very, very well together. You have that Train Protector consistently throwing living armor onto your, say, off-lane Weaver, and he won't die. Weaver will be in that lane, he'll be able to harass, maybe pick up a kill, and even get those creep kills and he play aggressive. So we'll look to see a Weaver being picked up, and we do see a Spirit Breaker being picked up on the side of... I unfortunately missed their name.
Super Happy Fun Team. They don't have their name up there for the reason.
So we do see a Spirit Breaker and Tidehunter. I love seeing a Tidehunter. He can turn fights around in a flash. His Ravage is one of the best abilities in the game. We don't see him too much. And one of the underrated skills he has is that Anchor Smash, reducing all that physical damage by 40%. And that's going to be very, very effective against an Alchemist coming out inside the Radio of Pectons. Alchemist is a very attack speed reliant hero. And if you can reduce the damage on every attack by 40%, Alchemist is going to be just that much ineffective, so I really like this pickup of that Tidehunter.
5 seconds remaining.
Definitely, and I'm quite curious to see if Super Happy Fun Team ban out a Rubik here. They've got that Tidehunter, his ultimate can be stolen relatively easily with Rubik on the opposite side, and Rubik is just a pain when you have sort of these AoE and I guess wombo combo heroes. Spirit Breaker, Rubik can't steal as many useful skills from him, but nonetheless I still expect either that Rubik to get picked up in the next phase of the picks or somewhere within this banning phase. We did see that the Nature's Prophet get banned out, so we won't see that's a little bit of that global potential reduced there, which I kind of like from Radioactive Penguins that ban. When you have that Spirit Breaker and his charge and he's moving around the map, if you have that Nature's Prophet, it can also jump in and teleport anywhere. It can cause a lot of issues, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we also see an IO ban.
And what I'm going to be curious about actually is Super Happy Fun Team. How are they going to want to line up this Tidehunter? Will you want him part of that tri-lane, or will you run him in that off-lane? Most recently, when I did see the last Tidehunter, I saw him in the off-lane by himself, picking up those levels to hit that level 6, and then he started roaming around the map when he had that Ravage off cooldown. So I'm going to be very interested to see how Super Happy Fun Team will want to start working on that Tidehunter. If they do put him in that tri-lane, his Gush does a nice slow, and then if you have a follow-up stun, Spirit Breaker can come in, get behind him, try and bash him further back to your advantage. Or you can keep him in that offlane, pick up that level 6 and start roaming. And even if it's very awkward teams, you can see Tidehunter run in the mid. Depending on who he's up against, Tidehunter won't have the best of times if he's up against another melee based hero such as a Magnus, a Night Stalker. Tidehunter can win that lane. So I'm going to be quite interested to see how Super Happy Fun Team will want to run this Tidehunter.
Yeah, definitely, and he's quite defensive with that Kraken shell of his. But we'll see exactly how Super Happy Fun Team want to play this out. I'm quite curious to see exactly what sort of lineup. This Spirit Breaker indicates to me that they want to do a lot of ganks, want to do a lot of roaming around the map. Spirit Breaker is just wonderful at that. But as you said, they can put that Tidehunter in that off lane or in the mid, depending on the lineups, and you can just get those early levels and really make more of a contribution in the early game. We do see Enigma band out there, which is interesting, and it's not a bad band. I actually quite like it, considering they do have that Train Protector, and if you have that Enigma there as well, he can help set up that black hole of his. We see a Venomancer pick up instead, and that's very interesting.
I love this. This gives away their hands in their cards, so that's the only problem. Venomancer I would have liked being picked up possibly near last, but this shows that they're going to be extremely aggressive at the start of this game. Tidehunter, Venomancer, you have your ridiculous slow in that Venomous Gale coming out from Venomancer. It's 50% for 15 seconds, and then you have Tidehunter, you throw out that Gauche, that's an armor reduction as well as an extra slow on top of it, and Spirit Breaker will finish the job. And if Venomancer and Tidehunter want to smoke up, they can rotate mid, find kills easily in the mid. It's just going to be a very, very hard lineup to deal with if they do go aggressive and start roaming around the map. If they're off the map for long periods of time, Radioactive Penguins are going to have to play defensive. They won't be happy because they won't know where these two heroes are, and then they'll miss out on farm and XP, and if they don't, they'll probably lose their lives in the meantime. And we see that Clockwork being picked up for Radioactive Penguins. We'll be seeing that, or should be seeing that in the offlane. He shouldn't be able to die. Even if he's up against such a Venomancer and Tidehunter, you throw out those cogs, you have that slow on you, but the cogs are usually more efficient enough to keep any wannabe attackers off you.
Yeah, we see that Warlock now. This is very interesting, and I quite like it. If a Warlock can set up his ultimate and the Fatal Bonds basically across the entire enemy team, this lineup with Tidehunter, Venomancer, and the Spirit Breaker who can charge through multiple units can cause a ton of damage very, very quickly. Super Happy Fun Team is certainly going for a very team-heavy oriented lineup. Whereas Radioactive Penguins are going for more of your standard picks. All these heroes have their own benefits within their own lanes, and as by themselves. Clockwork's a very a ganky hero. Once he hits that level 6, can hook shot in, set up some early kills. And we see a Dazzle, very interesting there. Dazzle you don't see get picked up very often. He has seen a little bit more play more recently, but this is actually quite interesting. I quite like it.
One thing that's just leaving me a little bit curious is now with Super Happy Fun Team, their lineups, they're looking a bit odd. It looks more and more likely that they might run this Tidehunter offlane, because now you have a Warlock, you don't see him run in mid, he can't be taken in the offlane, and so he has to be part of that tri-lane. So it's going to be kind of interesting how they will decide to pick up that, and they will be looking to pick up a mid hero next. Should be picking up a mid hero after this. They have a few heroes left in that pool that is quite viable. You have your Queen of Pain that will help with your burst magic damage, which by the looks of it so far will be fantastic pickup on the side of Super Happy Fun Team. Or you can go for a puck, get a little hold into place with your Dream Coil, and then the follow-up damage coming from the rest of your team. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we do see a puck being picked up, as it does help with that burst damage. I'm kind of not too sure how they will go late game. If this gets past the mid game, Alchemist will usually take control of the game. Against the Spirit Breaker, and Alchemist, if he does pick up a basher, he can take down Spirit Breaker himself before Spirit Breaker can get any of his bashes off. So I believe Super Happy Fun Team have to be careful and how early they want to push this game.
Dire team pick.
Definitely, and I'm quite curious to see what sort of mid-hero Super Happy Fun Team pick. I was about to just say Queen of Pain or the Puck would be quite expected, as they're going for more of this AoE team-oriented lineup, and we'll see if Radioactive Penguins decide to react with something like a Puck. As it's fairly common. You might see something else like a Skywrath Mage or something similar to that, but we'll see exactly how they decide to play it out.
And we see that Viper being picked up last for Radioactive Penguins. Viper has got recently buffed as of 6.78, And any source of damage he takes, it is returned with a debuff onto the opposing heroes. And he's a nice hero that can easily take off single targets. I'm not too sure. It looks like the side of Super Happy Penguins will be grouping up most of the five, being 5-manning. So this might not work too well out for the Viper. We will see how he does eventually play out.
Definitely. Let's introduce our teams here. On the side of Radioactive Penguins, we have their captain playing the clockwork. It is Scuffy. On that Viper, we have Slevin. Chiang will be playing the Dazzle. Evivorous will be playing the Treant Protector. And last but not least, we've got Grasso on that Alchemist.
And over on the side of Super Happy Fun Team, we have their captain V3 playing on that Warlock, will be going top. He will be supporting their carry of the game, or semi-carry of the game. Can Toad wins it life on that Spirit Breaker. In mid will be Jezebel on that Queen of Pain. Over in the fountain currently will be Tidehunter on, being played by Brumby. And finally Seth Rogen on that Venomancer.
Definitely. And it seems like that Radioactive Penguins here are going for that bottom tri-lane.
The lineup, they're still not too sure how they're going to be running their lineup over on side of Super Happy Fun Team. Tidehunter's still in base. He picks up boots first, which is a little bit strange, picking up straight boots, not having any consumables or any kind of revelation wards going down in the bottom lane. And they're going to be running a 2-1-2 strategy. They're going to have Warlock and that Spirit Breaker on top. Going to have that Queen of Pain in middle, who should, or is going to have a very hard time against Viper. I was going to say should. He should have rune control, but I'm not sure how well he'll do against Viper, especially once Viper starts with all that poke and dots over time he can pull onto that Queen of Pain. So look to see Queen of Pain go for that Shadow Strike to return the damage. And down on bottom lane we have that Tidehunter, Venomancer against the tri-lane of Radioactive Penguins. And it does look, if they can start getting these pulls off, they can deny a lot of XP to Venomancer and Tidehunter. And these two heroes that want their levels early so they become more effective, especially the Tidehunter hitting level 6, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we see already a little bit of an initiation here. We've got a stun charging up on this Alchemist. Will he throw it out? It does throw it out on the Venomancer, but it's a bit late. I'm not going to be able to catch him up. And I feel like this this tri-lane here for Radioactive Penguins will have no trouble against this Tidehunter and Venomancer. Venomancer is quite a fragile hero, so they might even be able to set up a few kills in the early game.
I'd like to see this Dazzle try and rotate around. I mean, there was a little bit of aggression, but he needs to get these pulls off and needs to start double stacking. This is one thing, if they want to win this early game and shut down any mid-game aggression team push but on the side of Super Happy Fun Team, Radioactive Penguins, they need to get some pulls going, they need to get these stacks going and deny some creeps, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble once these heroes do hit level 6. Once Venomancer gets a few extra levels so it can cast a few more abilities and not be so mana hungry, and Tidehunter once he hits that level 6 for that Ravage. Those two will be very efficient, but at this time, Dazzle's still sitting in lane, soaking in XP, so is the Treant Protector, and Alchemist isn't getting too far.
Yeah, definitely agreed. He really should be pulling those stacks, especially when this creep wave is so far close to the tower of Super Happy Fun Team. In the top lane, we see that Spirit Breaker is doing quite well, sitting on 9 last hits. It's actually the highest in the game at the moment. Queen of Pain and Alchemist just below that. And there's Venomancer as well, sitting on 5, so you know, the side of Super Happy Fun Team, they've currently got that early last hit and creep advantage. We'll see how that continues as the game goes on though.
And nice ward coming down by the Venomancer, giving him that ward, giving him that rune watch and any potential ganks coming in from the side there. Treant Protector, he did well just then, he did stack those camps, they're ready for a pull. However, that pull's not going to be quite yet. They've got that stack going up and running, I'd like to see them start pulling, and then they'll be tip top down bottom lane. And we do see a little bit of harassment coming down to Tidehunter, turn around, throw out that Goss, and he's just going to live in armor himself back to health. But one of the problems is, what's lucky for him is, Venomancer's Gale, it does not proc their living armor. So living armor will continue to heal on through that, give you that damage instant absorption, and the mana regen. Not mana regen, sorry, health regen.
Yeah, that Treant Protector's living armor was slightly nerfed in the most recent patch, but it's still quite powerful. We do see just a little bit of back and forth here in the mid lane between this Queen of Pain and Viper, just harassing each other as much as possible. In top lane though, we do see, I believe they did, oh maybe they didn't get the pull there. That ward should be blocking it, I believe.
Is missing.
I think they did get the pull because they've got a double stack up here, so they only pulled one creep camp and now there's a double wave and they're going to be charging in on that Clockwork. Clockwork throws
Yes.
down those cogs and instant denies any kind of aggression, burnt the mana, but they're still chasing him down. Warlock runs into the cogs for a second time, Spirit Breaker's trying to do whatever damage he can, and Clockwork's just still taking a little bit of damage from those fatal bonds. In mid lane again, Viper and that Queen of Pain have just traded a few more dots over time on each other. And Viper, he didn't go for that bottle first, so he's not going to have to regen to stay in lane. We might look to see him pick up a bottle very shortly. Queen of Pain should be doing quite well. Take a few of those bottle charges and she'll be right back up, ready to dive onto Viper in a moment's notice.
Definitely, and she's going to pick up this haste rune in the river, and I wonder if she'll try to set something up here, maybe in the bottom lane. Doesn't look like it. It looks like she's going to back off into the mid lane. And as you were saying, without that bottle, this Viper might have a hard time. He isn't very tanky. He's quite fragile. He's only sitting at 300 health at the moment.
And we will be
But
seeing
yeah,
a
we actually have an initiation. Taking a ton of damage there, the Queen of Pain, and she has to actually back off. Almost died.
She
Wow, that was
overestimated the damage she was doing. She threw out a Scream of Pain, threw out a Shadow Strike, and the Viper just turned around. But he does end up falling to the ticks of that Queen of Pain from that Shadow Strike. He will die in between the tier 3 and tier 2 towers, and Queen of Pain does pick up first blood. So she's very lucky that she did get the final ticks off on that Viper, and Viper had absolutely no regen to his name. But it shouldn't have been as close. If she could have just waited for that level 6 and hit that Viper, Viper didn't look like he was retreating in a moment's notice. So, but she's quite happy. She'll take that. And now she does hit that level 6 and will be quite far ahead in that mid lane.
Middle is missing.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be a good advantage. Viper, as we said before, doesn't have a bottle, so now that it's Queen of Pain, she's currently level 6, she can be much more aggressive than before. She can try to pop off her ulti for some more kills. Actually brings off a healing salve to herself, so she'll be able to regen up even without the bottle charges. And it's nice to see Alchemist has started to come back a little bit in those last hits. You know, the Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker aren't too far behind, but Alchemist getting those last hits, it's certainly excellent there for Radioactive.
You see a Gal going out into the tree protector. He's taking a lot of dot damage. Will he fall? He gets graved up by the Dazzle, gets healed. Will those dots be able to tick him off after that Gale goes down? He's still going. He's trying to throw another living armor on him, and he's gonna survive 90 HP. Gale wasn't enough. It was only level 2. And the Tidehunter unfortunately did not have any Anchor Smashes. If he had an Anchor Smash, he could have finished off that Turret Protector. But Turret Protector will get out of there and with his life. And what you were saying about Alchemist, I completely agree with. It's really nice. He's down here pretty much uncontested. The Venomancer and Tidehunter aren't able to do too much harassment to the Alchemist, so Alchemist is getting all these last hits and getting all this farm up. We have Viper coming in from behind, throws out one. We got TP support coming in by the Queen of Pain. Nice Gale coming in. We got Scream of Pain into that Shadow Strike. Alchemist charging that cocktail. It's come flying out, lands on the Tidehunter. Tidehunter is going to fall very shortly. Nice Scream coming, Sonic Wave coming straight from that Queen of Pain. It didn't find a kill though, and she's going to be on the run herself. Somehow Tidehunter and that Alchemist both managed to get out of there. There's still a lot of aggression coming out. Find one kill, finds the second kill, and Queen of Pain picks up a double kill.
Well played there by Super Happy Fun Team. Looked like Tidehunter was going to fall there. He survived on the smallest sliver of health though. And Super Happy Fun Team taking this game, or this early game, in a 4-0 lead so far.
It was very well played by Jezza B. Had that TP, came in to help the team, and had those extra levels, had this Sonic Wave up and running, hit it on 3 heroes, fantastic Sonic Wave, and that just completely turned around the fight, and there was nothing Radioactive Penguins could do about it. Their Viper wasn't left, so up top lane we got an attack on Clockwork. Clockwork takes a hit, and he does fall shortly after. But yeah, with that Viper, he wasn't level 6. If he was at level 6 and could get his ult off, they would have found possibly 2 kills and maybe even 3 kills with Queen of Pain surviving. But since he didn't have that level 6 because he's very level starved and hasn't been able to sustain in his lane, he wasn't able to do too much down in bottom lane, and great counter initiation coming back from that Queen of Pain.
Definitely, we might see another... Oh, no, actually that's just the Radiant ward, but we might still see this haste get picked up by one of the Dire members. Super Happy Fun Team, it looks like it'll be Jezza B who picks up that haste, and I wonder if they'll try to set up another potential gank. Jesser doesn't have a lot of health, sorry, a lot of mana, but with those bullet charges he can get up very quickly if he so desires. Instead, he's going to back off into his mid lane and continue farming.
Unfortunately for this Dazzle, he tried to get a pull in, he got one ranged creep. So it looks like they will be pushing the tower, doing some damage, chip damage at this tower. At the moment, hasn't taken any damage, and they're looking to change that a little bit. Up at top lane, top tower's down halfway. I would like to see Spirit Breaker and Walk try and get that tower down as soon as possible. Get some more gold flowing throughout their team. I mean, they're doing quite well at the moment, sitting on 5 kills ahead, but getting a tower will give them some more map position, allow their Spirit Breaker to farm just that much more safer, and the gold is always welcome throughout a team.
Definitely, and you know, this bottom tower might be taking
We've got a
bit of chip
Clockwork
damage.
initiating onto the Queen of Pain. Does a little bit of burn damage with those cogs, not being able to shut down that Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's got to haste up and walk on out of there.
Yeah, she was saving up that bottle of haste. I didn't want to use it before to set up any ganks, instead just saved it up and was able to basically get out of there fine. But yeah, I mean the Super Happy Fun team, they won't have any, they won't be too worried about this bottom tower taking a bit of chip damage. If the creeps are that far out, it just means more experience for Tide Hunter and the Venomance, which they'll certainly appreciate. And we might actually see a tier 1 tower fall here in the top lane, which will be a very massive boost here for Super Happy Fun team.
And I'm not too sure, have you seen the Treant Protector throw out any living armors onto that tower to heal it up? Because I haven't been quite watching that fact, but I'm not sure. If he has been able to heal that up, I think that tower would have been able to take, well, a lot more harassment and stayed up for quite a few more minutes, but I'm not too sure if he has been. Down at bottom lane, we've got an initiation on the Alchemist. We have the Gale and that Tidehunter's Gush landing. Venomancer throws out that Poison Nova. Will be enough? It will be enough to take out that Alchemist. Alchemist is going to be set back further, which is not what they need at the moment. Leech Seed's going to be thrown off, just healing up that tree a little bit more, but Alchemist dying at this stage, this is harsh. They didn't need that. Alchemist was doing good on the farm, keeping up on top of the scoreboards, and after that death, he's going to be falling behind just that little bit more.
Wow, getting another kill there on the Dazzle. Queen of Pain just diving in there. And there's a charge here on the train cannot get away, no way. Like, even if he tries to invis, that charge should still hit him. Here it comes. And that's one dead Treant. Well, I see a kill here on that Clockwork as well, is taking quite a bit of damage. No Gush. No, it was not used. Instead, it's just going to back off. Tidehunter does not have enough mana for his ulti at the moment. He will in just a few seconds though, with the help of that mana regen. Instead, it just looks like Super Happy Fun team are going to back off, which is a wise choice. A lot of the heroes are low, and they did manage to pick up a few kills there, so they're going to be certainly happy with that.
Definitely. And it was very nice, that initiation onto that tower, cleaning up those heroes when they're on low health. Once again, Queen of Pain playing very nice, knowing when to jump in, initiate, and find some of these kills, do a lot of damage. And Radioactive Penguins, they had to split up. They took a lot of damage, they started to split up. They were afraid of that Tidehunter's Ravage. Tidehunter wasn't able to get his Ravage off in that last fight, but wasn't needed. They had more than enough burst damage, and their early game team is working wonders for them at the moment, with the amount of damage, slows, and just basic ability to keep up and just do constant chip and harass damage to the opposing team.
Yeah, definitely. And they do have this, they have that Warlock who can help them push towers early on in the game, which should hopefully give them a further advantage to the game. They're already in quite a large gold lead. It's about 5k at the moment. Oh, we do see a charge here in top. It's going to be on that Treant Protector. There's a hook here from Clockwork going onto the Warlock. He should be able to just heal himself up and survive though. And now they can't see him. Instead they're going to initiate on the Clockwork. He's taking a ton of damage. Alchemist comes in here, throws out a stun. Unfortunately unable to save that Clockwork. He falls to the Queen of Pain, and now the Alchemist is on the run.
That's a very mistimed Sonic Wave there. She turned a complete 180 and faced away from that Treant Protector, so Treant Protector is going to get out on his life, but it did hit that Clockwork, and Clockwork did manage to fall. So it was nice work to get one kill. Could have possibly got 2 kills with that if she did aim that at the Clockwork instead, and just turned and harassed down the Clockwork instead. However, not going to happen. They do find 1 kill. They're now 0-9, so there's nothing too wrong with that. Clockwork TP's bottom. He's getting ready to initiate his hook shot's currently on cooldown, and nice back timing coming from Super Happy Fun Team. They're going to get out of there before anything too bad happens to them.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have just a quick glance at these items so far. We see that the alchemist has got these phase boots, and he's working towards that ogre. Oh, I got a bit of lag. We still here?
I'm still here.
That was strange.
So we have a hook shot onto the river. The Clockwork steals that haste, gets charged by that Spirit Breaker. Clockwork's in a lot of trouble. He will end up on haste now, and he gets graved up by the Dazzle, and he will be on his way out of there. So nice bottle steal, nice haste steal coming from that Clockwork to save that haste from that Queen of Pain. She's gonna not have that much regen or consumables to get her back up and running. Down in bottom lane, there looks to be an initiation. They're looking to get on the Cypher. Cypher's got to be very careful. Gale is going to just on miss him. So Viper will get on there. We have Alchemist and TP support coming in from that Clockwork. They're going to be looking to turn this back around. But Daylight Vision showed that TP coming in, so it's already starting to back coming from the Super Happy Penguins. But now they're getting ready for a cannon initiation. Queen of Pain was thinking about coming down here. She's still looking. She drops her bottle in the river, waiting for that courier to come back, pass and throw it. If that Dazzle was paying, saw that Queen of Pain drop that bottle, she could have came in and cleaned up that bottle and a courier. Not going to happen. Top tower looks like it might take a lot of damage from this Treant Protector pushing that tower. But bottom lane's where the action is. It's going to be a 3v4. Will they be able to defend this tower? Will they be able to pick up some kills in return? Treant Protector is now level 6. He's TPing down bottom. He's got that Overgrowth up and running. And this Overgrowth, they desperately need this Overgrowth. It will do a lot of damage. It'll hold him into place, and then Viper can just pick off targets one by one. But then Venomancer, he's got his Gale, he's got his Poison Nova. So they have to be quite careful, because that's a lot of damage coming out over time. And you just won't survive once that hits you most of the time. So now they are pushing towards this tower, and are they looking to go in there? They've been very cautious here. They see that they have the advantage, but one Ravage pop and then follow up by any of their other teammates, it could just be disastrous. So they've decided against it, going to rotate out of there. Alchemist is going to go to the jungle, start farming up some creeps, start getting his farm back in order. And speaking of farm, he is sitting on top of the net worth. He's got more than Spirit Breaker and that Queen of Pain, and he's happy. If he can keep this farm up and keep moving his way, and as long as they hold out until that 35-minute mark, Alchemist will then start boosting back in, and they can start taking these fights. So they're nowhere near out of this game at the moment. The scoreboard, it does say 0 for 9, but with that Alchemist, that can quickly change in a moment's notice. And I think we have a little DC coming out coming from my mate Xalorith, so I'll just continue casting a little bit while we wait for him to reconnect into the game. The Warlock is waiting around there when to throw out his golem. It's not going to be quite happening yet, and we do see Xalorith coming back in. Treant Protector has popped out invisibility. We see a nice ult coming out from Viper, doing a lot of damage. See an Overgrowth. We should see the death of Warlock very shortly. Ravage gets popped out. No golem to follow that back up. Siege Lead to slow down that Tidehunter. Now we've got the poison. Gale lands onto 2 in that Poison Nova. They're going to take a lot of poison damage. Treant Protector's got to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage from this Warlock's Fatal Bonds, and he might die to these Fatal Bonds very shortly. We see a dive into that mid lane. The Spirit Breaker and that Queen of Pain taking out that poor Alchemist in that middle lane. And now Hookshot is going to miss from that Clockwork, so it's not going to land. And down in bottom lane we have Treant Protector. He just survives with just over 100 HP from that Fatal Bonds and Poisonous combo from that Venomancer. So it was kind of a nice trade, except they did lose their mid hero due to those 2 heroes. Now we have Spirit Breaker going straight down the middle. They're going to hit the Viper. Viper's going to take a lot of damage, and he will fall shortly after. Now Dazzle. Dazzle's in a lot of trouble. He tried to TP in to save that Spirit Breaker, not to go against that Spirit Breaker, not going to be able to find it. Spirit Breaker's going to pop that urn. He's looking to go back in. Clockwork's ready, waiting on the side. He doesn't have Hookshot, however, so Spirit Breaker will just take his way on out of there, and he will be fine.
Apologies there for the DC, not sure what the hell happened there. For those of you on the stream, it will be up in just a sec.
So down on bottom lane we do see, we should see the Super Happy Fun Team, they're getting ready to push this fight once again. They have that golem up from that walk, so they might be looking to push this tower very shortly. They have Queen of Pain, she's waiting in behind. She's picked up a point booster, so she's got a lot of mana and health to spare. She will be going towards that Aghanim Scepter and get that cooldown and increased damage onto her Sonic Wave. And her Sonic Waves have been fantastic all game, landed on multiple heroes at all the right times. So it's going to be a very nice pickup in probably about 5 to 7 minutes once she gets that Aghanim Scepter up and running. Venometa's Gal's just going to miss on mid lane, so they're not going to be able to find 80 kills right there. And now, this Clockwork, he's in a lot of trouble. Queen of Pain blinks in, she's going to throw out that Shadow Strike when she finds him. He's not quite in range. We see Spirit Breaker charging, Cogs go down. These Cogs are very nice placed Cogs, doing lots of push damage. Queen of Pain blinks past, going to see a straight on hit, and Treant Pricker, he can't do anything. He's trying to get the Clockwork to run near those trees, not being able to happen in time. And Spirit Breaker will find that kill on that Clockwork. Now they're rotating mid. They want more blood. They've had a little taste of it, and they want more. Alchemist, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. We see a nice Gale into one. Spirit Breaker charges straight back in with that Nebula Strike. Alchemist is going to fall very shortly. Nice Overgrowth, but then a Warlock throws down that Golem with that Fatal Bonds on top, and they're taking a lot of damage. And that's Tier 1 tower. That's 4 heroes dead, and now it looks to be a Tier 2 in exchange as well. Fantastic fight coming out by Super Happy Fun Team.
Definitely, they've picked quite a very early to midish sort of lineup, and they're really using it to their advantage. They capitalized on so many early kills, and now they're pushing towers left, right, and center. Surprisingly, the Tier 1 tower in bottom is still up, but I doubt that will last for very long. I expect to see it fall in the next few minutes.
And yeah, Super Happy Fun Team, they're playing to their heroes fantastic. I mean, their lineup's a little bit odd, but they got the XP spread across the board, and that's what they needed to. Get your Warlock to level 6, get your Tidehunter to level 6, and then once those two are level 6, you can just group up, and you do a lot of team fight damage, and lots of crowd control. And they've just been playing the heroes fantastic. They've gotten all the Tier 1 towers around the map, or almost all the Tier 1 towers around the map, and now that you'll see them just continually sticking on each other. However, they got the Venomancer up top, just getting a little bit of farm. And he's working towards his way to the ultimate orb. So look to see Venomancer go for that Eye of Skadi.
Yeah, and you know they're gonna grab this Tier 1 tower now, I suspect. And they've got this great warding placement as well in the jungle. It's doing well to spy out any potential ganks that might come out from Radioactive Penguins. That's exactly what they need. They don't want to, start losing heroes due to just poor placement. And when you have that vision, chances are you're going to be able to spot them out, you're going to be able to get out in time, and you'll be fine, and you'll be able to maintain that lead.
Radioactive Penguins, I feel as if they just can't get the farm on their heroes at the moment. I mean, Viper's now hit level 11, but they need to find pickoffs, and they haven't been able to find the pickoffs. They don't have too much vision around the map to find any heroes walking around straight away, and that's what Super Happy Fun Team are doing fantastic. They're keeping grouped up at all times, and they can win these team fights. What Radioactive Penguins want, they want to find these pickoffs, find these kills on heroes by themselves, and they might find one on Venomancer. Venomancer's a little bit too careful. No, he's going to be back on now, he'll be fine. But now we do see a group up from Super Happy Fun Team. They're going on bottom lane. We see TP coming in from the Treant Protector, but I don't think these two heroes will be able to do too much. We've got a charge coming in by the Spirit Breaker. We should see a Sonic Wave coming out very shortly. Nice dust being thrown out in case. Nice Overgrowth landed on all 4 heroes. Ravages pop, try and keep him in place. We see the Treant Protector fall. Nether Strike landed on the Alchemist. Alchemist does find that kill finally on the Tidehunter. Nice Sonic Wave coming out by the Queen of Pain, but it hasn't found a kill yet. We will see Viper kill off that Queen of Pain, and now he's working towards that Warlock. Warlock should die shortly after, and then they find another kill under that tower. So 4 for 1, fantastic fight coming out by Radioactive Penguins, but I feel as if Super Happy Fun Team, they dived a little bit too hard. And the Golems, they pick off that poor Clockwork in the back lines of the game, or in that fight.
Yeah. So 4 for 2 trade there, but yeah, actually that's sort of what Radioactive Penguins needed there. They had the slightly better, like that overgrowth from Treant Protector was nicely placed, kept those heroes locked down. Spirit Breaker was locked down with the help of the Clockwork. That was an excellent ultimate there from the Dazzle. And it basically, it was really sort of what they need. Warlock's ulti was quite late, I believe it was still on cooldown when they initially engaged. But yeah, it's what they just need to start coming back into this game. They're still in a massive disadvantage. It's over 10k gold advantage here for the for Super Happy Fun Team, and in terms of experience, it's about 8k. So they'll still be feeling very, very comfortable even despite that trade.
And what's really nice is Alchemist now has his BKB. So there goes 3/4 of the damage coming out on the side of Super Happy Fun Team. There goes the Ravager, won't do anything. The Gales and Poisons from Venometer, absolutely nothing. He will still take that superior stun of the Golems coming out from the walk, but he won't take the damage. So Alchemist should be more sustainable in these fights and be able to dish out a lot more damage. And he's not out of this game by any means. His farm can skyrocket in a moment's notice with that Grievelin's Greed, my mistake, and he will be doing fantastic. They're looking to go on top. If this Venomancer's not careful, he will be being picked off. Overgrowth is ready and waiting. They might pop this Overgrowth to find that kill on the Venomancer. It would be worth it because they need to find these kills wherever they can.
Yeah, we see the entire team of Radioactive Penguins rotate in this top lane. Looks like they want to get...
I think we...
push on the tier 1 tower. That's not too surprising, they haven't gotten one yet. Oh, and I'm lagging again, I know.
And we have a team fight in middle lane. Nice Overgrowth being popped off into the Venomancer's Gale. Gale's doing a lot of damage in that poison. And we see a Treant fall in that Viper. Vipers, they're both gone. Now we have 3v2. Dazzle pops that Shadow Growth, but gets taken out by that Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker's trying to find a bash on the Alchemist. He finds the bash. Alchemist is gone. That was a very, very lucky bash, and Alchemist is going to fall. That's a 5-for-0 team trade. And now that's one very happy side of Super Happy Team, and they're going to go down, push this tier 2, and they should be able to get it without too much hassle.
Really sorry about the disconnect issues I'm having. I'm not sure what's going on. This does not usually happen. Nonetheless, yeah, an amazing fight there for Super Happy Fun Team. That complete team wipe and for the loss of nothing. This should allow them to grab this tier 2 tower. I don't feel like Radioactive Penguins can really do much to defend this. They'll have to defend within the base if Super Happy Fun Team decides to continue on. It doesn't look like they will. They're going to back off and go for a rush, which is a smart idea.
I think Radioactive Penguins, they got a little bit too aggressive when they didn't need to. I mean, they won a fantastic fight down in bottom, but they had the support of the tower and they had the positioning to their favour. Then they thought they could take this fight straight to the fantastic team fight potential of Super Happy Fun Team. I mean, the Ravage, Golem, the AoE coming out by Queen of Pain, they have everything. And so they decided to take the team fight to them, and it just didn't turn out too well. And they threw away what they couldn't throw away. They were catching back up into the game. Alchemist was starting to get some farm. He was almost at the top of his net worth graph, and now he's back down by almost 2k, and that's hurt him a lot. So I feel as if they just need to farm up. They are going to lose this Roshan, but there's nothing they can do about it. Ravage will be up in 30 seconds, but they still have the Golem, and that Golem's enough to turn around a fight instantly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not even sure if Radioactive Penguins here are going to try to contest this Roshan. I mean, it's still up and it's still gonna survive for a little bit longer. Instead, no, they're just going to back off and continue farming into the jungle. So this is going to be there's the rocket, but it's a bit late. That Roshan will fall. It's going to get picked up. The Aegis is going to get picked up by Spirit Breaker, and now Super Happy Fun Team must be feeling extremely comfortable with their position.
And now the Ravage is off cooldown, so they're ready to take a fight. They've got an Aegis, they got all the superior team fight potential they've got in the world. Titan Hunter is also level 11, so that's going to do a lot more damage and will have an increased stun duration. We will see him blink in, he pops that Ravage, it only hits on 2. That might not be what they need. We see the Fatal Bonds, and we should see it going very shortly. Nice Shadow Grave, Overgrowth held them all into place. Sonic Wave come flying through, there goes the Golems. 2 people are dead currently on Radioactive Penguins. They're turning back around, fighting up. We see Clockwork Heal fall shortly after, and now Alchemist, he's on the run. His BK was popped, he took no damage, but now all the auto attack damage is coming out on the side of Super Happy Fun Team. True Protector will fall shortly after. Nice cocktail to keep him alive a little bit longer. Will he be able to get out of there? Shadow Strike on him. We have Queen of Pain, nice creep blocking coming in. Spirit Breaker comes in, but Queen of Pain will find that kill. So once again, 5-for-0 trade in favour of Super Happy Fun Team.
Definitely, that was an amazing engagement there by them. That Tide ulti, it did only hit on 2, and I think it might have hit on the Treant that was in the backlines, but it was, I mean, it ended up being in their favour anyway. It allowed them to set up, while Radioactive Penguins were a little bit out of position, and in the end, got them the kills that they needed, and now they should be able to get this Rax without much contention. And I can't see Radioactive Penguins coming back from here. I mean, Alchemist is just not quite... Actually, they might be able to capitalize on a kill there onto the Tidehunter. So they will actually defend the Rax. Never mind. It does... that melee barrack does get quite low, but nonetheless it does get defended, so well played there by them. But yeah, I can't see them coming back into this entire game. Their Alchemist is only at 7.3k net worth, and at 28 minutes into the game that is extremely low.
We've seen Iascardi being picked up on the Venomancer. He started off as maybe a support Venomancer, and now he's going to be turning it into a carry. They can get all the damage they want out into the world. But one of the great things about that last team engagement, Tidehunter, he did only hit 2 on that Ravage, but it hit 2 and it caught out one of their carry heroes, and it forces Radioactive Penguin to either leave those 2 heroes to die, or they can go in and fight it. And when they did go in to fight it, you have the Golem to back you up and get some more stuns and lockdown on the heroes. So you have 2 ways to go. Either way is not going to be beneficial for you, and so Super Happy Fun Team, their positioning and time to take that fight was just fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. That Skadi pickup is quite interesting. I don't think you see that very often, if at all. We do see a Warlock is starting to work towards that refresher orb. Nothing too surprising there. I just like to say that we see that Radioactive Penguins are picking up quite a few BKBs. We're seeing one on the Viper. He's working towards it anyway. The thing is, with this Spirit Breaker, his abilities still work through that BKB, so you can still stun them even though they're in there, which just helps reduce the BKB time and how long it's up. It does, of course, nullify a lot of the AoE team potential here by Super Happy Fun Team, but I feel like these BKBs are a bit too late, and it's just not quite enough.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I mean, if they do get BKBs up on most of their superior heroes, they got one up in Alchemist, one's coming up soon on that Viper. If these 2 heroes can get their BKBs up and running, that is a lot of damage that's going to be negated completely. But then they are starting to get a lot of physical damage, as you said. Venomancer's got that Ice Guardian, will be pulling out a lot of damage himself. Queen of Pain, she's no stranger. She does 105 damage per attack, but she does it about every 0.9 seconds, so she'll still pull out quite a lot of damage. And if it needs to come by, and you've got no supports left on Radioactive Penguin, those auto attacks coming from Super Happy Fun Team will be enough to take you out. And slowly and eventually, their BKBs will run dry and down to a point where Tidehunter and Golem will still be able to go through and just absolutely demolish your team, followed by the rest of the poison damage. And Spirit Breaker, he's no stranger. He's got a lot of attack speed, and his superior bashes, they do go for that through that BKB, as you said, and he can just shut down and lock down heroes himself. So Radioactive Penguins, they're in a very tight situation. These BKBs, once they're up and running, could be enough to try and get them back into the game. We'll see how things do eventually carry out, as this tier 2 tower down and bottom is being pushed up, and Dazzle is giving away that armor to everyone, so they're looking to go in, and they throw out Viper's ult onto Queen of Pain, but Queen of Pain is just going to brush that off like there's no problem.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, Super Happy Fun Team, they're still keeping the pressure on, which is what they should do. Their heroes, they start the good initiation there, nice fatal bonds and ulti, and this could be a ton of damage. However, Clockwork comes in here and locks down 2 heroes, very well played by him. There's the ultimates from both Venomancer and Queen of Pain. We do see both the Treant and Clockwork fall very quickly. That Aegis has been popped, and this is going to be another complete team wipe for only the cost of the Aegis.
Unfortunately for Radioactive Penguins, it's just not enough. They had a fantastic overgrowth, hitting on all 5 heroes, but that fatal bonds from that walk was absolutely fantastic. It hit on 3, maybe 4 heroes into that Golem, Ravage, and the rest of the damage follow-up. It just absolutely demolished and wiped them off the face of the planet. They're going to grab tier 3 tower, they're going to grab Raps, and they are most likely going to grab this game.
Yeah, we see that 4-5 popped. Well, who knows, maybe Radioactive Penguins, now that all of those ultis from Super Happy Fun Team have been popped, they might still be able to try salvage some of this. That melee will fall. It looks like that. Nope. We see initiation there on the train. Wow, he falls within a matter of seconds, and the Clockwork is quick to follow. So it does look like Super Happy Fun Team will take this game. Very well played by them. Extremely strong lineup there. They picked heroes, and they picked heroes that worked incredibly well in the early to mid game, and they really abused that advantage and those strengths of the heroes.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Radioactive Penguins, I still feel as if this Viper was maybe possibly a different pick, a hero that was more viable against this Queen of Pain, they could have done better. I mean, even if this Viper picked up a bottle, that could have been quite more useful. Because just that Viper, that losing that mid lane against that Queen of Pain, not being able to do too much, then he wasn't able to roam around and start ganking to help his other lanes. He tried to come bottom once, but Queen of Pain counter ganked that and just completely turned the game around. And then Super Happy Fun Team, they just snowballed it from there. They were using their advantage to their... They were using their heroes to their advantages and just kept pushing in. So I feel as if, because that Viper was a very strange pick, he just wasn't able to help around the map as much as he could, and then they just fell behind and just sort of started to lose all the lanes. I would have liked possibly maybe a Puck. A Temporal Assassin could have been quite nice. She throws out a lot of physical damage and can refract a lot of damage Queen of Pain does. But I just feel as that Viper was just one of those picks that didn't help them out in this game, and could have been one of the reasons why they lost it. Now they're going onto this tier 3 tower, doing a little bit of damage to Trident Protector. He's just going to walk around. He's waiting for that overgrowth. They know he's dead, so they're probably not going to be pushing up or grouping up too close together. And as I say that, nice Golem onto 2, Ravage onto 3, and now we see a lot of damage coming out. Viper will fall shortly after, as he does not have that BKB up and running. Trent gets away, but the poison should be more than enough to kill him off. He does fall shortly after, and now there's an Alchemist. Alchemist is just, he's back at base. He's not even going to try. There goes tier 3, there goes Rax, and Super Happy Fun Team will now clean up whatever they can. Might see him camp the fountain as a victory celebration, or they might just want to clean this game up and head off. It is 11 o'clock currently. 11 p.m.
Yeah, that GG has been called. We will hit that. Apparently not.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I was gonna say we'll hit that GG button, but right now it does not seem to be working. But well played there by a Super Happy Fun Team. So yeah, they played to their advantage. That Queen of Pain, once she got that kill on the Viper, she really started to snowball, move around the map, get a lot of ganks. Same with the Spirit Breaker. You know, they really played a very ganky style, which was to be expected with their lineup. Yeah, they just played extremely well. Unfortunately, Radioactive Penguins were not able to farm up that Alchemist or that Viper. And yeah, congratulations to Super Happy Fun Team. They'll move on to the next round. Before we leave, I'd just like to say a big thank you for everyone for watching. I'm very sorry about the stream issues there. I'm not sure what was going on with my connection. As always, I've been Xalorith. You can always follow me at twitch.tv/Xalorith. Similar story for YouTube. You can follow Dota Yoshi at youtube.com/DotaYoshi. My stream is always in support of Child's Play. You can donate to them by clicking on the giant green Child's Play logo on the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the description. Or you can, of course, donate via their official website. This has been a Defense of the Australians presentation. It is sponsored by Aura Partners. A very big thank you to them for helping support the Australian Dota scene. We'll be back with the rest of the games for round 1 on Saturday. The first game starts at 10 p.m. and I can't remember off the top of my head who will be playing, but it starts at 10 p.m. The second game will start at 12 p.m. and the last game for round 1 will be at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you can, please tune in, show your support, and yeah, see you guys next time.